Have you ever looked in a mirror? I'm talking about the version you see in the mirror, the one who has dreams, the one who had opinions. You might be, it's because of the situation you're passing through. Maybe a life change, you don't know how to go about it. It could be you are done with your divorce, so you want to understand, how can I go ahead of my life? But you feel like the dream is kind of very, very far. I have lived that experience. When I take you back to my experience of the lady who was a dream girl, the one who had it all, but just a mere one compromise, it affected everything. It took me from a journey of being a dream girl to a journey of being a silent person. It affected the way I was. It affected my business. It affected me because of one word. That background telling you in it when you're getting married. Why am I even sharing this story to you? I want to take you deeper to that person you're seeing in the mirror. She's not dead. The person you're seeing in the mirror just needs to be awakened. And taking you through my journey, it has helped me to discover and to see things in a different version. What I call that feeling invisible does not mean that you have lost everything. It's not the final destination. Just sit, allow yourself to listen to your guts and listen to yourself, because it's just the beginning of your journey. You need to awaken it and find out what really went wrong. In today's video, I'm going to share the 5 tips which helped me to change everything, to have a rebuilt woman you can see, to have a voice to someone who is passing through the same situation I passed through. Maybe it could be something different from me, but at least slightly similar. So the 5 tips will help you on this journey. Heal your soul, not only your mind. You know, we are told that when we are in such a situation, we need a therapy. Maybe when we're in such a situation, we need a counselor, or maybe to change the way we see things. That's what I call the mindset. That's all true, because I also passed through all that. But one thing I learned on this journey is that it all starts with the soul. Let's think of it as a tree bitten by a storm. When you find it, you just clean the outer part instead of the inner part. That tree will always struggle until you clean its root, until you discover what affected the root. This applies to us. Let's find out, how can I heal my soul? How can I bring back my soul, not to struggle in the process of being myself again? How can I become that version of myself by finding out what affected my heal, what made it struggle in the moments I've passed through, in the life changes I've experienced, maybe an effect which affected me in the past. This can take you a bit of time, but trusting is like it heals gradually. And the more it heals, it will bring the fruits of your labor. It will bring the fruits of your becoming. You'll start discovering even the things you did not even discover before. You were created with a purpose, not by accident. Most of us think that, I think I don't have a value, or I don't have a purpose on earth. Let me tell you, everyone on earth was created with a purpose, but it only takes you to discover it. It only takes you to discover the right purpose of your life. Let me bring it this way. Each key created, it has its own padlock. You cannot mix padlocks with keys. You have to get the specific key for the padlock. That same applies to us. You want to live a life of self-worth and stop feeling like someone invisible for your dreams to come back. You need to discover your purpose. You need to maximize it. You need to know your purpose. You're not here by accident, because we are accountable for our purposes. Understand it and rebuild yourself back by using the purpose you were created to be. Find a reason you should live again. Find a reason which can push you to become yourself again. Someone without a reason can never see the shining life, But if you have a reason, you start to see your life grows at a rapid speed. Rebuild your identity from the inside out. I've talked this several times. When you see people, they don't judge or they don't see your beauty. They see what comes out from you. And what comes out of you is one thing. Is your inner world well trained, well healed? Because that's what produces the outer bit of life. I learned this in a hard way till I discovered that what you eat does not destroy you, but what comes from the heart is the one which shows the exact person you're supposed to become. Rebuilding your identity does not mean you have to put on the makeup part only. First, heal the inner bit of your world. Understand your emotions. Heal your mental life. Heal your feelings as someone. Change the behaviors, how you behave, how you speak, because what comes out of your mouth is what defines you. Let's rebuild our inner worlds and become ourselves again, because that's the only thing I have realized on my journey. If I didn't do it from the inside, I wouldn't have been before you right now. I wouldn't have felt the pain you're passing through, because I have passed through it. I have rebuilt myself from within, and I know what it means to pass or to be invisible in some circumstances, or to lose the value, or even to lose the dream you thought you had. Stop measuring your worth by your past. This one is very clear. Most of us, we are stuck with our past. Don't measure it with your worth. Remember, your worth is within you. Let's just use our past as our stepping stones. Let's use them as our getaway to adjust the present. Let not our past destroy what we are building in life. Just think of it as a child starting to learn how to walk. When she fails and fails and fails many times, she will not get stuck in the past that she has fallen. And that one does not define who she is or who he is. He will always go forward. So let the bypass go. Let the past go. But one thing I can advise you on that your past, let it be your teacher. Let it be the lessons you learn to adjust your future. That is the reason why we need to have the past, why we need to have the stories, why we need to pass through all the life challenges we pass through. Not because we have to pass through them, but to groom us to become better in our future. All what I've talked about, it has to have a fence. You need to fence, you need to cover your value. Set boundaries that protect your value. Let's say you have a garden, and the garden has valuable things in it. You can't leave it open. Instead, you have to fence it to protect the value in the garden. That applies to our life. Now you have healed your soul. You have stopped to measure your worth by your past. You have started to rebuild yourself within. And also you have understood that you are created by purpose. All those are beautiful values, but it only takes you a fence to protect them. And that fence is setting bounds. Bounds does not mean being selfish. It helps you to limit people who are going to destroy what you have rebuilt again. Understand that your fence has to be a solid part. It has to be a wind. It has to help you. During my times when I discovered myself and understood my worth during those moments when I was invisible, I learned that boundaries, it was the only option which could help you to fence, to protect what you are building. Without that protection, you are doing nothing. Now that you have had all the 5, which are very important to our lives, they are just simple tips which you can do on a daily basis. You are invisible, no excuse anymore. You're invisible, dreams are still alive. Wake up, ladies. Let's build back ourselves. This changed everything for me. It can and it will change yourself. It will change you if you put them in practice. What is one of the tips I've shared you're going to start with to build yourself back and build the worth you deserve in life? If this video really touched you, maybe you learned one or two things, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and also be part of the community. Share this video to someone to be helped. And before we go, just watch this video for more tips on how you can become a woman again. Thank you so much. See you.